Afghanistan, the Taliban has said that the last pocket of resistance, the Panjshir Valley, has been completely captured. There you can see the flag also being raised there in Panjshir's capital. And with this victory, our country is completely taken out of the quagmire of war, is what the Taliban chief spokesperson has said. Let's go across to Vasu for the latest there. And Vasu, where there's no immediate word yet from Ahmad Massoud, the leader of this opposition resistance, and he had earlier said on Sunday that he was willing for mediation. What is the latest you can tell us?
There does seem to be now increasing evidence that the Panjshir holdout has fallen to the Taliban. The Taliban, as you mentioned, have posted videos and images of the Taliban leaders raising flags at the Panjshir governor's headquarters this morning at Bazarak, which is the main provincial capital of Panjshir. And in a sense, Gargi, this isn't surprising because as we know that unlike in the past, where the Northern Alliance, as they were then called, controlled a vast swath of northern Afghanistan and had access to and support from a host of countries, including India, which viewed the Northern Alliance as an important strategic ally in Afghanistan. None of that was coming this time. Not only was the resistance completely circled this time by the Taliban, but also many of these countries now, including India, are doing business with the Taliban. They started to hold talks with the Taliban and were not providing that kind of support to the resistance. So the resistance this time, contrary to somewhat of the brave claims made by its leaders like Ahmad Massoud and Amrullah Saleh, were outgunned and outnumbered, and it was only a matter of time before they fell. Now, the resistance has tweeted just now saying that they are not completely down and out. They're saying that this is Taliban propaganda, that Panjshir has been captured, and that there are still pockets of the resistance still fighting the Taliban. We'll have to wait and see how true this is. This could at the moment simply be bravado, because we know that at least some key members of the resistance have been killed, including tragically Fahim Dashti, spokesperson for the National Resistance Front, who we had interviewed just last week. He's been killed. Another key general, who's a relative of Ahmad Massoud, has also been killed. So it's fairly clear that substantially, at least, the Taliban has control of the Panjshir. The question, of course, remains of the whereabouts of Ahmad Massoud and Amrullah Saleh. Ahmad Massoud, it appears, is on the Tajikistan-Afghanistan border. He may well have crossed into Tajikistan. We don't know. The whereabouts of Amrullah Saleh also remain unclear. Last we'd heard he was still involved in the fighting, but whether he's managed to evacuate safely or not also remains at the moment unclear. But it is deeply worrying, Gargi, that this last pocket of resistance, which indicated that the Taliban would have some kind of pushback, has fallen, and now this gives the extremist group the entire writ of the country.